Yo, what's going on? What's going on? It's your host, Mr. Smooth. We got a special episode today. Welcome to the podcast. First off, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. We got a special episode today. It's an interview. We're gonna be interviewing the wonderful Eliajah Shepard. We're gonna be speaking on the powers of healing spiritually, breaking generational curses, how to escape this mental matrix we in right now. We going deep. It's that third eye type talk on this episode. So you ain't feeling it, you already know where you can go, man. Go head on this episode, man. This is real special, deep. We talking about, all type of things on the spiritual type time. So I want to welcome y'all to, meet the wonderful guest. She was on the last pod on the panel, but today we're gonna speak to her directly, and she gonna tell us about her story, Foresight Media company slash brand. Gonna speak on that type of media she creates as well. And without further ado, the wonderful Miss Eliajah Shepard. Let's get to it.
Hey, hey, Jay.
You know, you know,
Thank you for that intro. I appreciate you.
it's all good. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I do have to say, Jay, it's Eliajah, so your
Oh,
guests know.
Elijah. Okay,
hmm
I'm sorry. I'm
hmm
sorry. Let
You're
them know.
good. You're
Let them
good.
know.
You're good. You're good. I'm feeling really good. I actually am grateful that you open your pod like that because that's how I kind of communicate on my pod. I gauge the temperature.
Okay, for sure. So we gonna, this your first time like your interview on the platform. So like we just gonna start it off slow and just tell the people like where you from, your upbringing, things like that.
Okay. Well, I am from Pennsylvania, a city called Pittsburgh, and a lot of my upbringing came from the East Side, a town in Homewood. So yeah,
Okay, so Pittsburgh. So you mess with Wiz Khalifa?
yeah, we support Wiz. Yeah, we're Team Wiz.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. So coming up. Did you ever feel like you was like different from the others, like your frequency?
No,
No.
not to be honest. No, I didn't think that. No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
So I know the type of things you be speaking on and stuff like that. Like, let's just break it down. Like, when did you when did you feel like that was your direction or that was your path to, talk about like spiritual healing and things of that nature?
Well, to piggyback off what you just were just saying, when I was younger, I did a lot of the things that a lot of other people did, but I kept getting different results. So it would be like going down that same road, but you get chastised differently, or you feel the repercussions differently, or it hits your spirit differently, if you will. So that had started happening to me very early, like 12, 13, for sure.
Okay. What was the cause of that? Like, what sparked in your brain? Like, was it some type of information you came across, or somebody started giving you some type of insight, some type of game? Or
Well, no, and yes. I hit like preteen, you start like being rebellious and things. So you start searching for a bunch of shit. And I never really was the type to like fall into like deeply into like trying drugs or things like that. But my family was very religious. So I grew up Muslim actually and had to like learn the Bible and the Quran simultaneously so that I was taught to make my own decisions. So being empowered to make your own decision, but at the same time having people like force feed you information at that very like vulnerable age, I started being rebellious towards like structure, if you will. That's where that came from.
Okay, so would you say like you was trying to break out the matrix, the quote unquote society, society norms and all that type of thing?
Yeah, but it came from my family first. That's what I'm trying to explain. So, like, coming from my family, a big family, where they want you to gear this way, but you're still young, you're still wanting to explore. You feel like a pigeonhole a bit. So, yeah, definitely trying to break out of the family norms and then society.
Okay, and like when you start venturing off and start having different thoughts and beliefs, a lot of people, especially your family, start to like judge you, look at you a different way. Did that start happening, and what made you continue your path and not care what people were saying?
It still happens.
Okay,
It still
okay,
my family, the people that love me, they know that I'm strange,
okay.
and they're all for journeying this journey with me. You know what I mean? Like every day, they're willing to learn me as I'm learning myself. And then I have family members that refuse to ever see me outside of little age. You know, like
Yeah, yeah, I
so it is what
definitely
it
feel you.
is.
Right, for sure. But okay, let's get right into it then. Do you believe that healing spiritually can help you like manifest things and break like lifelong generational curses?
Absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely.
could you break down how exactly for the viewers, for the listeners?
The power of the mind is just a magnificent thing in itself. If you think about like people that have nothing, that aren't exposed to having anything, that don't know more than what they just what's in front of them, you really can't convince them that they're not rich. There's things that they need. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. We all have needs, wants, desires, no matter where you are in the world. But I'm talking about like every day them getting up, being mentally like just sound, having peace of mind. And you have people that have every resource in the world that are like they can't spend one moment by themselves. So that's that's my answer to that. I think that yeah, they keep it
Okay.
simple.
Um, can we break down like because some people like on that edge, like right now today's time, like a lot of people tired of just being sick and tired and going through the same thing spiritually and
Hmm.
physically. So would you give them like some specific like routines for like meditation, grounding, um, sun gazing? Would you like tell the
Well,
people some things that can ease, like can shift your mind and shift your spirit in a different way, like actual
oh yeah.
things they can do on the daily?
I feel like one as Black people, well, I'm speaking to a wider audience, just more than Black people.
Right.
I understand that. With that being said, I'm targeting Black people for a second. Black people, we need vitamin D. Like no matter where we are in the world, it does something for not just our skin but our mental. We have to like add supplements back into our body, before we reach a back against the wall type thing or we're older. That's something that I would tell people to do that they're not really thinking is a spiritual thing. But if you're not nourishing yourself and you're constantly giving like energy out, Jay, all the time, and you're just eating shitty and you're like watching whatever and whatever, you're losing. So that's one thing I would tell people. Vitamin D, I don't care if you have to stay in the sun, bake in the sun. If you're scared of the sun, get vitamins itself. Find a way to supplement that. Another thing would be connect with nature. Like before we had uh, shoes and socks and all those things. I know it sounds funny, but like literally go get grounded. Go touch your tree. Pet a dog for a minute. There was like a long period of time where I have a pet and I wasn't like really petting her. Like I would pet her, but I really wasn't enjoying that moment. Really taking your pets, really taking your family, especially if you can be around young people. Young people keep you present. I would do anything that keeps me in the moment.
Okay, okay. Like you was just saying, we gotta watch what we eat. Could you like describe the negative effects of eating badly, and also what we feed in our like subconscious and our souls and our spirits, like the programming we watching, the
Oh yeah.
programming our children watch. Like, could you tell the people like the significant negative effects it has on the spirit and the mind?
Oh yeah. You're literally deafening yourself every time you do more negative than you do positive. I believe in balance. So as much as like people will look on the outside and looking in, they'll think like, oh, she speaks so highly, she's doing the best ever. Da, 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 da. No, I still have like low vibrational days. I'm human, but I
Right.
believe in balance. So for instance, I don't take in a lot of reality TV. Not because I'm better than anybody and I've never wanted to see a fight or anything like that. That's not the case. But I realize that it does nothing for me in the long term.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like if I'm
Yeah.
watching that back to back to back, it puts me in such a mentality that you would have thought I was fighting.
Facts.
Like
Facts.
that's what I mean when I talk about watching what you feed your mind. And even more than that, not just avoiding those things, but what are you actually taking in to make yourself better? I love making sure that when I come into contact with podcasts or new books or people, what value do they bring? Sometimes people are afraid to ask that in like new relationships or when they come across new things. Challenge that. That was one of
Right.
the first things like I asked even about me and your podcast. Like, what value
Right.
do we bring to each other? Like, you know what I mean? You
Facts.
have to know that we're spending time. Time is one of the most invaluable things in the world. And when you're spending time on anything or with anyone, you really want to make sure that you're getting something from that. So that's what I would tell people is just be cautious. There's no real breakdown of that, Jay, besides
Right.
anything you're spending time on or putting into your body or investing in, make sure that it benefits you more than it's taken away. So if it's
Yeah. For
not,
sure.
you know,
Yeah, for sure. Shouts out Drone. We see you in the audience. Shout out Drone, man.
hey,
Appreciate you.
DJ.
Okay, so you know, how I come pretty much a lot of controversial topics. So we're gonna put you in a hot seat. Last time on the when you was on the pod, you was on the panel, we was talking about people taking the jab and all that.
Uh-huh.
So right now, I just want to ask you on a health type type of time, like what would you tell anybody? Because I see a lot of people say like, "Oh yeah, I took the shot," but as of right now, I'm taking supplements and doing things to actually reverse the ingredients in my body, like getting them out of my out of them by like sweating it out or things like that. Like,
Yeah.
would you suggest somebody to do that, like reverse the effects or reverse what they
Yeah.
put in the body, the foreign objects? We ain't gotta go that deep into it, but
You always say that, but you know that I'm probably
I say
okay.
that for the YouTube and all that shit. But
Okay.
yeah,
Uh all right, I'll keep it real.
yeah.
I don't know if you can reverse that. I
Mm,
don't know. I was so afraid about that shot. I was so afraid that it just paralyzed me. I just, yeah, no, I wasn't going to do it. So I don't know if you can do that. What I will say is back to like manifestation, intention, what you're feeding yourself, and like you challenging me, putting me in a hot seat with it. I do believe that with anything, you can cleanse out your body. It's been proven.
right,
So I just don't know the effects of COVID and the shot and different things like that. But absolutely, I do think that there's probably potential. Not even probably. There's potential for you to cleanse yourself. I just watched one of my friends on Instagram, breathing with Aaron, I believe that's his name on Instagram. But he did some type of ayahuasca type cleanse, man, and he was like, I don't even know. They like entered smoke through his nose. They
yeah.
like lit the incense, did this poking on his arm, and then next thing you know, he was like out of body throwing up, and he felt like a whole new being afterwards. So
Yeah. Yeah, I heard about that ayahuasca. I heard that's real intense.
that's intense.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. So let's speak on. you starting the Foresight Media. What does it represent? When did you start it, and where do you see it going in the future?
Okay. So I started Foresight Media last year in August, literally. And it's something, it's all I did was take my brand, my actual person, and put it into a virtual medium. That's the way I look at Foresight Media. Um, I love everything about self development, self mastery. I love everything about aligning to source, like with God. So, me having this, like last year, having this crazy as near death experience. We'll dive into that another episode, Jay.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, another episode.
All right.
But yeah, the experience in itself really was just, oh, you should have just seen what just shot past. But the experience in itself really threw me off, and it made me like, it humbled me. It made me just really appreciate life, obviously, more, and ask myself, like, what impact am I leaving? I have all these different skill sets and different things that I'm working on within myself, but what does it really mean if I'm not sharing it with anyone else or I'm not helping anyone else? So I come from a corporate background where it was more selfish and I was like more tech driven. And you have to think ahead in corporate. You always have to think ahead in life. So putting all that together, that's how I came up with Foresight Media. It's just me in virtual form trying to add back to the world and literally connect with other force seekers, people that want to self develop and self master too.
Okay, that's what's up. So before we head out, we like to end all interviews with a inspirational or motivational type of quote or saying.
Okay.
So for the younger you right now, and they're about to break, generational curses, they about to go more on the spiritual side. What would you tell them, like, to encourage them to, like, stay strong in their beliefs and do trust their gut pretty much?
I would tell them align the source. Don't feel void. Don't feel any type of void with anything. Align with God first. When you align with God, you'll find self. When you find yourself, you'll trust your inner voice. So that's what I would leave them with. Like whatever has control of your mind has control of your world. So caution.
Okay, okay, cool. Okay, that was deep. That was deep, but that wasn't that much. That was like just dropping a little jewel.
Drop it a little jaw.
Yeah. So before we end it, like, I'm gonna let you give your socials and where can they find you. I'm gonna let you take the screen, then we just gonna
Okay.
end it like.
Thank you, Jay, for having me. I love your pod. It's always a real time on Real Conversations podcast. And with that being said, you guys can follow me on Foresight Media on all platforms, literally FM33X or literally written out Foresight Media. And then I have a personal blog where it's L.S. So thanks again, Jay.
All right, appreciate you. You're welcome back anytime. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Make sure to share the episode too.
Oh, of course. You know,
All right, all
you
right.
already know.
Till next time.
Bye.
Till next time. There y'all have it, man. New episode. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Make sure y'all connect with her. And I appreciate y'all, man. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, comment down below, hit that notification bell for more. Follow us on all platforms, audio and visual. We on Spotify and Apple as well. And that's it. Till next week. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all, man. We gone.